N.O.R.E. N.O.R.E.
Oh, is that N.O.R.E?
Yeah, N.O.R.E.
Then what you want to do?
Hey, don't blame me.
Dang.
Hey, here's what's funny.
Okay.
If y'all haven't picked up by now, I don't recognize nobody that walks across the window. But we are in the Wynn Hotel and Casino inside Bluewire Studios.
Absolutely.
And I'm beyond appreciative of them allowing us to come here and do this show because I knew that it would be the perfect location for a situation just like this right here.
N.O.R.E.
Should
I get my spot, Shawn?
Oh, jump on.
No. You one of you get up, and then no disrespect.
Should we just
You gonna sit down? Talking about
light a candle, run laps around the English Channel. Neptunes, I got a Cocker Spaniel.
He starts spitting immediately.
I had to. Super thug, man. That's all time.
You've never seen the podcast, which I no biggie. Like my wife don't watch the podcast. I don't care. No. But I don't watch my stuff either.
What's up with you guys not watching? Because he doesn't either. He's like, understandable.
Is that what
and
it
I'm
is?
not.
They
so I watch
drop it and keep it going.
We know our product is great. Right.
Yeah.
Thank you. We know our product is great, so we don't have to promote or talk about our product because our product is that great. That's how I feel about it.
Now you tripping. I'll be watching our podcast dying. I'm like, I'll be dying.
I ain't gonna lie. Let me just tell you something. I do watch the podcast when it's something that I want to make sure. Like we just recently had Dave Chappelle.
Legend.
And Dave Chappelle, it didn't come out yet, but Dave Chappelle, people had critiques and they had edits. So I went and I watched it.
Right.
And I realized that Dave Chappelle's people, they was just being overprotective over him because of the times that we're going through.
Yep.
But I want to stick to my guns and not listen to no one.
Absolutely. I know how that goes.
Just drop that shit.
I know how that goes. This guy right here, so and I refer to him as the quarterback. I love football, so up in my mind, like everything we do, like this is the team, and he's the quarterback. And so when we do a show, he'll hit us up like what we're doing right now. We more than likely won't edit anything.
Fantastic.
We'll just
please don't edit me at all.
We'll
Keep
just
me in.
put it out.
Yes.
But every now and then something comes up, and there's only been a few occasions. But he's the one that's like, yo, what do y'all? What let's do? It's up to y'all.
But we need you.
Just to give like the.
Thank you for saying that. Tell him one more time.
You know why?
One more time.
It's me and him.
Yeah.
That's like that don't give a f.
Yeah.
But then we need a person like you.
I'm the worst one.
Yeah, I was gonna say he the one that don't give a damn.
Don't give a f.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay. I like you too.
Yeah, he the one that don't give a damn.
I tell him we gonna get canceled one day because of me.
I care.
Yeah.
Look, I care. I just understand that we're human, and if you haven't understood that by now, that even though you saw me knock somebody out, you saw me go toe to toe with somebody, or you saw me in some of the biggest fights that I've ever been in, don't get it twisted that I'm not human, and and I don't on purpose make mistakes on purpose. Right. But at the same time,
you don't want to get banned from TV.
Yeah, but at the same time, we do
like your reference.
Gotcha.
we do tread that fine line. You know what I mean? So
You need your white boy on your team.
No, we got mad white.
All right, cool.
No.
they you just don't see them.
Yeah.
They're just not on the scene. They're not on the camera, but
they know where the money at.
Yeah.
They know how to.
I do too.
Listen, we're not gonna keep you long, but clearly you enjoy the fight game.
Absolutely. My father was a fighter.
Huh?
Oh,
My father was a fighter. It's crazy because a lot of people don't know this, and Floyd don't know this. I went to Floyd's first 3 fights. My father was a Puerto Rican boxer, and he saw Floyd and said, "This is the next.
This is the guy,
Muhammad Ali." And we would fly to Floyd's fights. Floyd doesn't even know this. I was with Floyd yesterday, and he doesn't know this. And the thing is, that's why I know about Earl Spence. I know about everyone. I know about all of you guys because fighting game is the exact same thing as the rapping game.
Yep.
You can have 15 million people on stage with you, but not one of them can fight with you. So no matter how much a boxer can be, when you go into that ring, you by yourself.
Yeah.
And I don't give a about what you think about a rapper.
Yeah.
But no matter how much he when he goes on that stage, he's going on that stage by himself.
That seems to be the common denominator in boxing. People, I think that's why people really tune in. They want to see who is really the best fighter in the ring tonight. And there's nobody on the outside of the ring that's going to do anything to change what I'm watching right now. It's mano y mano. Is that how it is for you when you watch boxing? You're just like, it's
different for me when I watch boxing because I feel like I'm a boxer. I really do. Because
do you watch and you like, I wonder if I could.
No, I never do that.
Okay. Because that's
but I
the
visualize
mentality.
it. I visualize it in a way because of the training. Big up to my man Danny Garcia, who I heard is coming here right now.
yeah.
But I always tell Danny Garcia every time I see him, I'll be like, "Yo, I want to train with you." He laughs at me because he thinks I'm playing. But
Oh no, he should have invited you in a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm dead ass serious because I would love to train with you. I told Mike Tyson recently. I just had Mike Tyson on the show, and I said, I'm gonna come live with you for a month.
Yeah.
And I said, but I'm never gonna hold the pads.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not gonna be that guy.
What I would do with you,
Yes.
you definitely getting in the ring and you sparring.
Jesus.
Hold on a second. That's not day one.
Charlemagne did it.
And Charlemagne did
Charlemagne
do
did?
that.
Hard
Long
him.
time ago.
Yeah.
Long time ago. Yeah, long time
I
ago.
gotta call him right now.
Yeah, we gotta pull that clip up.
Yes.
But I would show you the fundamentals.
Right.
And like you said, like I'm gonna come here, like, talking about Mike, I'm gonna come here and live with you for a month.
Right.
I've said this on the show. Like I think everybody should do a training camp because shout out to my dad. I'm gonna do this a little bit early, but boxing is just
your
like
dad
life.
up.
You just said boxing is just like the rap game. I'm realizing that my dad told me a long time ago, boxing is just like life. And then you get around rappers, you get around different industries. You're like, yo, everybody's a fighter. They just don't know it. One shape or another, one way or another, you're fighting in this world.
But big your dad up. Let me just tell you something. I've been following you as well, and I always love the way that your dad supports you.
Yeah, man.
And he's in your corner.
It's real.
He grabs you. He wipes your sweat off.
Yeah.
And I look at that, and that's exactly the quintessential of. And I'm sorry, I know there's other people that's here that's not black.
Go ahead.
But that's what the images of black people we should be showing. You get critiqued a lot because I think people think you headbutt a little bit and you know
Different things.
But no one's never critiqued you and saying, you know what, this man has grew up rich.
Yeah.
Not money.
Yeah.
I ain't say money.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the father love that
Yeah.
your father
Yeah.
and you and your father, that camaraderie,
Yeah.
that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Don't you ever downplay that.
My dad
Don't
never
you-
my
your
dad never
father-
had that.
Your father's a real one.
And just we'll speak real quickly to him, you know, when he would wipe my sweat, when I would be bleeding. I remember I had this really big cut after a fight, and my dad is just very intelligent. He didn't want me to do a post-fight interview with the cut right there. Even though there's Vaseline on it and it ain't bleeding, it ain't dripping, nothing like that. My dad didn't want the world to see me like that. He didn't want the world to see his son like that. So what does he do? I wear a headband to the ring every fight. He grabbed the headband so fast, like I'm just going to do the interview. Grabs the headband, puts it over my eye right there to cover it up, and I do the whole interview. And I look good, I sound good. So
Let's make some noise for that.
yeah. I mean, it's things like
I've always
that.
wanted to be on Drink Champs.
I was hyped.
Look,
sorry.
and like we said, we don't want to keep you any longer. We gonna have you back.
Yes, please.
We gonna have you back.
Oh, I got a
yeah,
quick
no,
question.
go ahead. Everybody,
Hit me,
real
hit me,
quick.
You've been known to bless people with your hands. Take that how you want it. Was that because your dad?
No,
Okay.
it is because of my dad. You know what? You're right. I don't know what you mean by bless people with my hands. You talking about knock niggas out? Because I knocked a couple niggas out. It's very true.
You know, I know you're a different type of man now.
Yeah, I'm a
You
good
got
guy.
kids now.
Listen, I got kids.
You're a
I
taxpaying
got the
citizen?
most beautifulest wife in the world. She's right out there. And I'm the most happiest
Sup,
man
wifey?
in the world. And I'm going to tell you something. It's all because of God.
Yes.
God has blessed me. God has told me that I am that guy. I'm about to say that, but let's not do that.
I got kids that watch.
you can
this,
be
man.
both.
Yeah.
watch
All right.
this.
So I'm that guy, and God has told me that I don't have to prove it to everybody. It's either you know that I'm that guy, or you don't know that I'm the guy. But guess what? I'm the guy regardless.
That's love.
So I definitely, boxing is my favorite sport. I know more about Porter than he knows about Porter.
Oh,
Promise you. Next time, when we come back next time.
hey, we'll be in New York soon.
Hey,
I'm talking about Joey Porter.
Yeah. Listen, I'm telling you, and boxing is the closest thing to rapping that ever will ever be, because, like I said, we have a whole entourage of people and people who train with us and people who do that. But then when we go out there that night, it's just about us. And that's the reason why your opponent has to be credible every time, because your opponent is going to be linked with you for the rest of your life.
Yep.
So that's the reason why I don't beef with any rapper.
Yeah.
Unless I know that I'm going to be linked with him for the rest of my life.
That's love.
And
That's
no
love.
one has ever.
I dig that. I dig that.
But listen, I love you guys. Yo, thank you.
Yeah.
I was walking by and you just got
Yeah.
look.
Let me say this real quick, and then we'll let you get out of here. This right here is premature.
Right.
I made the connection a little while ago with Royce the 5'9". This is some years ago when I was about to promote my fight with Earl Spence Jr. I met with him. How do I? We came up to the conclusion that you gotta, in order to promote yourself to the black community, you gotta link yourself with the black community.
Right.
And what better way to do that than the music business with rapping? And we made the understanding like, yo, rap and boxing are very similar, if not completely
cousins.
alike. So cousins. So this moment right here is premature because eventually being in here, I wanted to get guys like you to come in here and basically just, back up what I'm saying right now, which you already did. You know what I mean? So the plan is to get some big name rappers in here like yourself, and rappers in general.
And let me do something right now,
Yeah, go ahead.
because I want everyone to know this is my release form.
Love it.
I am here
Love it.
because I want to be here.
Yeah.
I don't have to sign anything.
Yeah, right.
I'm telling y'all.
All right, cool.
Everyone
Cool.
here, the lawyers, the judges, and everybody, I'm here because I want to be here.
Hey, we
At the
appreciate you
motherfucking
being
the
here,
pottery,
Come on.
man. Kids, man, it's kids.
The
It's
Porter
kids.
way.
Porter. I'm sorry.
No, we're gonna have to edit like
Edit that part.
situation where you edit.
The Porter
And
way.
that happened to be that moment.
But I'm here on my own consent.
Appreciate it.
I love you guys.
Bless.
I appreciate the fact that you guys don't give a that people are walking around. Because I would black out the curtains.
And I was gonna blow you off too. I was like, oh, it's just N.O.R.E.
Yeah, I would black out the curtains.
Hey, real quick, are you staying here?
Yes, I am.
Cool.
I'm at the Wynn Hotel.
Awesome. Go upstairs and get some socks, and then enjoy the rest of your day.
Damn.
We'll see you later.
Porter, you know I got jokes too. See you later. He got me though. He won. I'm leaving.
So, man.
Is he gone?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, because he's doing.
Yeah.
I don't look at another man's feet, but
They was dusty?
I don't know. I just know that, like he said, I ain't
He
got
was
no.
casual.
I'm down here with no socks on. I'm like,
he was in
why are you down here with no
resort,
socks on?
resort attire.
You know me. I'm the sandals king.
I know
You know the
is.
verbal is what he does, Sean. He's
I'm
gonna
looking-
come, he's
you know how
gonna
to
come
look
back
I thought
with
he was
some
gonna
fire.
cook you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is what he does.
I thought he was gonna cook you.
We definitely got to thank N.O.R.E for coming
Yeah.
into the studio real quick, rocking with us for just a second.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And we definitely gonna make that happen again. And we'll plan that one so that everything is much smoother than it was right there. But
But you guys know what you're
That was
getting with
Blue
us.
Wire Studios.
all
Yeah.
natural. Right?
yeah, Blue Wire Studios, the Wynn Hotel and Casino. Definitely want to shout them out. Oh,
I
let me say.
thought that was that one dude, adult.
Let me say this real quick, and then we can move forward. I was gonna do this today. I want to let everybody know. Like, I know we say it because it's in our contract. We're at the Wynn Hotel and Casino, the Blue Wire Studio. This is where we're at. Come hang out. You can stand right outside and listen to us. You can see the episode before it gets out.
Yeah.
You can take pictures and get autographs, all those types of things right here at the Wynn Hotel and Casino. You visit in Vegas. Definitely, if you're a fan of the podcast, on Sunday, make an opportunity to get here to come hang out with us. 1:30 p.m. is when we do our recordings. Yeah. All that being said, we had a what was it the card of the year?
So there was a change in the card. Which
Hey,
I
cards.
lessened.
It was. Yeah,
Hell
it
of a
was.
card. I'm gonna give
Yeah,
you
I
props
thought.
on
Yeah,
that.
it was great.
It was still a hell of a card.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
for sure. Obviously the fight that I'm referring to would be Julio Cesar Martinez against McWilliams Arroyo.
It was shorter than expected. And I was
Yeah.
appreciative of that.
Sure, always. Yeah, brevity is good. With Julio Cesar Martinez, that's like the third time he's not fought McWilliams Arroyo. So I don't know what's going on there, but yeah.
Was there a statement about?
So I think he was sick.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. The other time he had like a hand injury. Okay. He was sick the other time too. So I don't really know.
I was looking forward to seeing if he had learned a lot from fighting Gonzalez.
Yeah.
It was a one-sided fight, but he made it the full 12 and he's still so young. We'll see his next fight.
Yeah. So the opening fight on the broadcast was Raymond Ford,
Yep.
who's had some ups and downs recently.
Been working with Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, there's a guy to work with. That's probably the guy.
For sure.
But he looked good yesterday. He was coming off. He had a draw that people thought he won, and then he had a win that people thought he lost. Mm-hmm. So yesterday he had a win that people thought he won. Yeah, so that's a good thing.
He just he looked more in control yesterday. Yeah. He looked more decisive on what he wanted to do. And of course, styles make fights. And when you get heat, kind of going back a little bit to Edgar Berlanga, when you're getting heat, you don't want to hold on to it, and it affects you in the ring in a negative way. And just kind of to say that because I feel like, if I haven't made it clear, I feel like the outside noise is starting to affect Berlanga in the ring. And then here's the opposite of what I believe you should do when you do hear the critiques. Respect it, listen to it, don't shoot back at it. That just creates more energy that you don't need. But then when you come to the ring, be more prepared to show everybody who you are. And I felt like that's what Ford did last night. Yeah. The speed was there, the quickness was there, the movement was there, everything that we have been expecting to see from this elite amateur. We're now seeing as a pretty good pro.
Yeah, and then the next fight was kind of a strange one. Jessica McCaskill and Alma Ibarra.
She's winging that right hand.
She came in throwing them things.
Yeah,
she almost threw a couple no-look punches.
Yeah,
like she would throw the right hand. No. She would throw the right hand, but she would be completely looking down. Uh-huh. Right. She'd get in there and then she'd just throw these punches, and I'm like,
and they were landing.
Yeah, they were landing.
Well, they missed a lot.
As she was throwing a few of them, I said, man, she's almost throwing with reckless abandon. Yeah. And then they show the slow-mo a few times, and she was slipping shots while doing that. She's throwing and not always eye on her opponent, but she had a good sense to know when to get out of the way of the shot anyways. Mm-hmm. But she was winging that right hand. Yeah. And
that's her normal style?
Yeah, she comes out hot. I've seen her
quite.
This fight and the one when she fought on the Haney JoJo undercard, she's been coming out hot.
Uh-huh. With that overhand right that I saw yesterday, in the big hook that I saw yesterday,
up a little bit.
It was ramped up.
It is typically like
she looked better than she did in her last fight.
Yeah,
she did.
Yeah, she looked better in this fight.
Yeah,
than she looked in the last fight. Mm-hmm. I actually don't. I didn't think so.
You thought
I was that fight I did watch from way high, so maybe I didn't see the same fight, but I just. There's no need to knock Jessica McCaskill in this fight. She won. She made the girl quit.
Yeah, made her on a stool.
The thing that came to my mind as soon as like the third round came and you could see that she wasn't coming back out, and then I was replaying round 2 in my mind based on what I saw in round 1. It reminded me of Nova versus Robesi, where Robesi came out, hands up, I'm walking you down, take this, and that was not what Nova prepared for. And Nova, I felt like very quickly got mentally disconnected from the fight. And you see this fight right here. Obviously, Ibarra should have been expecting McCaskill to come hard, but it was ramped up.
Yeah.
And I think it was ramped up to a point that it immediately got Ibarra, and mentally she was checked out after the first round.
Yeah, and then even the decision and to be candid, they weren't speaking English. They were speaking Spanish, so I'm not sure exactly what the translation was coming out as.
Oh, right.
But then they were saying that Ibarra said something about holding, that McCaskill was holding, but Ibarra was the one holding. So I'm not sure if something was literally lost in translation.
Yeah.
She may have been frustrated because McCaskill gets rough on the inside.
Yeah, and so
when you're trying to clinch, she keeps hitting you.
Yeah, so it was.
Think about it.
Yeah.
This girl's throwing big, heavy shots, and if I don't get out of the way, I'm gonna get hurt. I'm trying to grab her, and I can't hold her. I can't tie her up because she's too strong. And then the ref's coming in. My only recourse is to get out of this ring. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm not justifying her quitting. It kind of is what it is. But on the same side of it, at the same time, I understand that this young lady understood very quickly that there's nothing I can do. And nobody expected. That was weird.
It was very anticlimactic. Like there was just like, then they're just like, oh no, that's it.
And at first I thought the trainer was stopping it, and she was telling him no.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
And then McCaskill.
I knew what it was. I knew what it was.
And McCaskill had like walked over towards the corner. So she's just like sitting there waiting.
She
then
was
they were
just
like-
being a punk at that point.
Yeah,
Why
she
was
was
she
like-
trying to punk her?
Nah,
She was trying to punk
no,
her.
because if Shawn Porter was fighting somebody and they get off the stool after they rung the bell, you'd have been right over there. Ready to go. That'd have been you.
Yeah, so she gets a win. She doesn't get to, show every tool in the tool bag, but that's fine.
Tough Chicago fighter.
Yeah.
I'm
wants to
down.
see Chantel Cameron
That's a good fight.
at 140.
That or if Amanda Serrano's not going to fight Katie Taylor again, I'd like to see Serrano fight Jessica McCaskill.
She got to go up, but
She's got to. I mean, and all the way up to 47. The highest she's been is 40. But
somebody get knocked out.
in that fight, they're both tough.
This fight was at 147.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So
she's
Serrano's
undisputed
never
at-
been past 40.
Yeah, she's undisputed
but-
at 147, and she's like looking at it right now, and she's like, the fights aren't really there, big fights for her.
Right.
And Chantel Cameron has called her out before.
Right.
Apparently, they did she said they kind of went back and forth. So I'd love to see that fight. Both extremely talented.
Like to see her go down to 140, and then
Yeah.
of course, if Amanda Serrano were to come up to 140, that would be
Great
that would be a great fight for the female boxing world.
Because she fought Katie Taylor, but you could see that style. Katie Taylor would just pick her apart. I can kind of see why she lost.
Which one?
McCaskill.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
McCaskill.
Does that-
her only loss?
Oh, yeah, they both fought.
Yeah, right.
Does that feel good when a win pays dividends? When, like Katie beat her and then she goes on to become undisputed welterweight champ. And it's just, when
You're like,
certain.
oh, yeah, I beat her.
Yeah. It just, your resume grows over the years without you
Doing
doing,
anything.
it's, yeah. So.
This is what N.O.R.E said. He said you're linked to your opponents for forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you always want to have
Good
the
or
best
bad.
in front of you.
Like when Ugas beat Pacquiao, you didn't care, but I was happy for you.
Yeah.
Like, man, that resume just got prettier.
It did. It did. I never looked at it. Yeah,
right.
Boosted
never
up
looked
a
at it.
little bit. And then co-main yesterday, Akhmadaliev
Yeah, MJ.
against Ronnie Rios. MJ's a stud, man.
He
Stud.
is.
Stud.
But I favor.
I got full.
No. Talk about the fight
well,
first.
so-
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, that's why.
So I
Give him his props first. He's fighting a really good fight.
So I mentioned I think for MJ, Fulton, and I also favor Fulton, but with,
all right, cool.
with
See?
MJ, it's
He goes.
he doesn't. I don't think he gets the shine because he's on DAZN. He also he had a close fight with Danny Roman and they didn't rematch, and I think people held that against MJ, which to be fair, I have no clue if that was in MJ's control or if MJ could have pushed for the fight again.
Never know.
But people, I think, hold that against him, fair or unfair. And I'm sitting there before the fight. I'm like, I really like MJ. I really think he's a good fighter. And then in the fight, he's a damn good fighter.
He's a damn good fighter. My first time really getting my eyes on him.
Yeah.
Very first time. I watched beginning to end of the fight. Known Ronnie Rios for a very long time. So, of course, I was rooting for him, understanding that he was the B side of the fight. And MJ really made him look like the B side fighter.
Yeah.
MJ was just one step ahead, one full, complete step ahead the entire fight. Ronnie, there were moments where I was like, okay, you can win this round. Yeah. And then somehow, some way, I mean, there's nothing amazing or like crazy different about MJ. He's like really good at the basics. He's got this rhythm about him without having all this. He's just got this rhythm and this technique and this timing that just kept Ronnie Rios on the back of the fight, the entire fight. I didn't give Ronnie Rios one round through the entire fight.
I maybe gave
really?
him one, but
What'd you do?
What about when he hurt his hand?
No, I didn't.
but he still was lighting him up. With,
I just get it. Like
and
I'm
he also
looking for
landed-
Ronnie to do some things,
Yeah.
and it just I don't think that there was one complete round where he
I gave him like 4,
decisively
3,
won.
4 rounds.
I gave him 3.
I thought you were saying the 4th or the 3rd round. Yeah,
You're a nice man.
And there were even
he's just a nice man.
I mean, and he even like Ant mentioned when he hurt his left hand and he's throwing more jabs. Even before that, he landed a jab in the first round that looked like they even mentioned on the broadcast. It looked like a straight right hand.
Yeah.
Popped him back as he was landing.
I thought it was the zone commentary trying to hype up stuff until they replay. I said, okay, okay. If
They
they
checked
shot,
back to that jab
Yeah.
real quick in the first round, and I was like, all right, whatever.
And I was glad that he was able to use his left hand a little later on. He was throwing the uppercut, which was great. What did you think overall, as I tell about just MJ?
He kind of like he has that Uzbekistan style, and Kazakhstan has that style a little bit. Even in Russia and Ukraine, although it's different, but he kind of like Janibek at middleweight. It's that lead hand is really, they love to keep their balance for their backhand. and they probe with that lead hand. They measure with it. They don't do like what Bam Rodriguez, Shawn, Devin Haney do. They don't throw that piston jab, double it up a whole lot. It's a measuring jab, but they're very proficient with it for setting up that backhand, and then sometimes the hook with the lead hand too. But he's a very good fighter, very good balance, good power. But watching him, it was during the whole fight, he's doing his thing. He's dominating the fight, and around 8 or 9, he started to really hurt him. And we were watching the fight, my man Brendan here, with Angelo Leo, who was world champion at 122, has really good experience with Akhmadaliev. And we're here saying, look, the guy's fighting a very good fight, winning every round, but step it up. Everything was 1, 2, or 3, 1, 2, or 3. Then in the 12th round, 5, 6, 7, 8. And he closed the show. He showed that because he was being really proficient, but it's like show that next gear, like Stephen Fulton did against Daniel Roman in the late rounds. And he did, and he got him out of there. So he's an excellent fighter, but I still give the edge to Fulton because I think Akhmadaliev, with the exception of that last round, he likes his pace. Yeah. He likes that pace. And I don't think Fulton will let him have that pace. I almost
spit my pizza out when he hit him with that body shot in the 12th round. He hit him. I was like, oh my God.
Hey, when the last time you seen somebody hurt their hand so early and stop somebody afterwards?
Yeah.
Usually you're just trying to get to the end. You know, Sean Porter's ready to quit.
I was trying to get to the end. I wasn't even trying to get to the end.
He was looking for the exit.
I said, Sean, you can't do that.
Sean looked and saw the exit sign in the background. And was like, I think I can make it.
When he was holding?
Yeah. I think I can make it there.
MJ wants them Showtime welterweight checks, so he's got to get the knockout with the broken hand.
Everybody's talking about MJ versus Fulton, of course, as we should be.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so where's the separation in this fight? To me, the separation is the rhythm of the fight. Like you said, MJ likes to fight at his own tempo, and Fulton is the kind of guy who's we've seen it. He dissects what you do well and what you want to do, and then he's gonna disrupt, perfect word, whatever it is you want to do. So that fight, I believe, I don't think I'm crazy to say it's a 50-50 fight, but I think it's maybe more 60-40 for Fulton. On paper, of course, you got to come in and do some things. If Fulton were to come in and do what I would expect him to do, I make it more 70-30 based on Fulton not giving MJ what he wants. MJ would have to be assertive. MJ would have to keep a steady, consistent pace through the course of the fight. And I don't know if MJ can do that. So I think on paper, just like what I see in my mind, it's kind of a 50-50 fight. But there's some small things there that I believe that Fulton can do and make it a 70-30 fight.
Fulton, I think the biggest difference for me is he's more versatile.
Exactly.
I think we've seen, you mentioned Angelo Leo.
A little longer, too.
Yeah, he fought one way against Angelo, fought another way against Brandon Figueroa, fought another way against Danny Roman. So I think he just has more in his bag when it comes to, like, we always talk about the levels, and at some point the levels are the same, and then one person can keep going.
Yeah.
Fulton is the one I think that can keep going.
I agree.
And
I think Fulton needs MJ to get that NUA fight, to get bigger fights.
Yeah, if he beats MJ, he's undisputed.
Imagine if he stops him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he said on Porter Way,
easy work.
He will stop him.
Yeah, and he said that.
He said I'll stop MJ.
And he said on Twitter yesterday, he said easy work. And
he's
on Twitter.
Relax, it's not easy work. We want you to make it look easy. I don't know if you can make it look easy.
He said on Porter Way, he'll stop him.
Yeah, and also, and again, whatever you feel about about Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn said no issue. He said no obstacles. Let's make the fight happen. A lot of people said, well, you're the obstacle, but so we'll see. I would love to see that fight next.
That's a great fight.
Fulton has thrown 1,000 punches in a fight before.
Yeah.
So are those 20 to 30 seconds, 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds where Akhmadaliev likes to set up and set up and set up? Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I think I could see. Sorry, I could see in the fight with Rios, MJ. He's got this little reset. And it's consistent. It's his style and it's his tempo, his rhythm. But I don't think I just love that fight, and I don't think that Fulton is going to give him that reset that he needs. And it's a great fight that needs to be made.
I think MJ is a really, really good fighter, and I think Stephen Fulton is a special fighter. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's the difference.
It's a great fight.
And in the main event, the kid said afterwards, I don't want to be an average fighter.
He looked like...
He said, I want to be a legend.
He looked like a veteran.
He looks... that was downright special.
Ben Rodriguez, my goodness, is that kid.
Could you whoop him?
Could I? No, hell no.
He won 18, 115.
No, he would break me down in a matter of
At
seconds.
Madden,
In a matter of
at
seconds.
Madden, Carson, could you
Carson, I got Carson going.
You slippery, Carson. You slippery.
Yeah.
He's gonna drop me. I'm gonna be slipping on the ground. But he's unbelievable.
18, 19.
He's
21.
Oh, yeah, he made it 20s.
22.
Yeah.
I didn't think
Youngest
that.
champ in boxing.
Yeah. Won his championship at 21.
Oh,
Correct.
okay.
Yeah. 2 weeks before he turned 22.
During the second round, the first person that came to my mind was Mikey Garcia. And I had to analyze. I was like, did Mikey come to my mind because they showed him in the back room? Did Mikey come to my mind because the Garcias are training him? He reminds me, remember early on when you fell in love with him, man,
Let's go. Keep going. Yeah. Keep going.
extremely proficient.
Yeah.
Bam, extremely proficient.
Like Mikey. Yeah.
Like unbelievably at 21 years old, proficient in the sport of boxing, like years beyond his age.
Yeah. Got me.
And so I was like, in the second round, I was just like, he reminds me of Mikey Garcia. No, he doesn't have the same style. No, he doesn't. But they both, when Mikey was younger, was very proficient. And I
Doesn't
just
waste shots.
So as the fight's going, I revisited it again. I'm like, he's not wasting any shots. He's very accurate. His timing. Like, remember Mikey's time? The time. I mean, I was like
it was yesterday.
I was like, forget it. I'm gonna write it down. Mikey Garcia is
Those are the
who he
days.
reminds me of. But a lot like they do in football, where when the draft is coming, they're comparing. I think that the comparison of Bam to Danny is very justifiable.
Mikey.
What did I say?
Danny,
Excuse
coming
me.
soon.
The comparison between those two, I personally do think is very fair.
Well, so the other comparison they make to him, which I rejected initially on this very podcast, when he fought, before he even fought Quadras, they were comparing him to Lomachenko on the broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
They mentioned it almost every round. I think that was what I was more turned off by, is they're like, kind of looks like Lomachenko, huh? Look, the Matrix right there. And then when he fought Quadras, I was like, yeah, I could see it. He just hit just those pivots off to the side, those slight movements that he makes.
I think he could be better than Lomachenko.
I think so too.
Let
think so
me.
too.
Ooh, I love to hear you say that.
Yeah. He is. I mean, you watched that fight yesterday. Let's look at it on just face value. You have the champion, 22 years old, second fight at this division after moving up 2 divisions. He's fighting the Rat King, Sor Rungvisai.
Durable guy.
He's one of the maybe the hardest puncher in the division, and nobody wants to fight him.
Yeah.
But he's fought everyone. He beat Chocolatito twice, stopped him once, and he made him look like
Easy work.
any other fighter. He just dismantled him.
Let me tell y'all how good Bam is. Bam is so good that after probably 6 rounds, I knew how the fight was going to go.
Yeah,
I couldn't turn it off.
yeah.
It was
It's like watching him.
in a lot of ways.
Painter. Like
In
an
a lot of
artist.
ways, yeah. In a lot of ways, it was
Oh, it was a
one-sided.
masterpiece.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, it was one-sided, and this there's times where I'm hoping that the guy I'm always rooting for the underdog. When I turn on a basketball game and it's 62-61, I don't care who's
You were rooting for Sor Rungvisai?
it's 61. I'm always rooting for this. I'm making a point.
All right.
With this fight, with Bam, I didn't care what the Rat King was gonna do. I was like, I'm intrigued, I'm entertained. I like this kid.
What can't you do?
And 12-round fight, 6 rounds, I'm done. I'm good. I can talk about this tomorrow. I don't need to watch the rest. I continue to watch it because the kid is that good.
Hey, what's so scary? Not scary for us. He's 22 years old.
Yeah.
I kept watching it like, this dude's a baby and looked like a veteran. He was giving him the work.
Yeah.
He knew everything to do. He had the veteran mindset, and he's still young, so he
Yeah.
can still do it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you saw different things from, you saw his movement early on where he's hitting him with these shots, and Sor Rungvisai's feet aren't the best. So he's just dancing around him, pot shotting him, and then he's letting his hands go with these combinations. And again, like I said earlier, what can't you do?
Yeah.
He's got power. He's got speed. His footwork is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And he's with a hell of a team. The Garcias are a hell of a team.
Hell of
From
a trainer.
From the dad to Robert's son to
Yeah.
Mike. I think Mikey's helping out in camp
Yeah.
now. They got a hell of a team.
What do you
over
think, Zytel? Give us the Bam
Come on,
Rodriguez
man.
Just to
breakdown.
say, like you said, what can't he do? Piston jab.
Yeah.
Busy piston jab, doubling it up sometimes. Body shots, straight left. Then once he heard him and he started lowering the boom and putting more power on it and, looping the shot to get more power on it. he would pivot over and hit him with a right hook. He'd walk him into the right hook. He'd throw the right hook off the 1-2.
He hit.
He put on a masterpiece. He put on as great a performance as I've seen in a long time.
A different package, but the only other guy that reminds me of Bam right now is Shakur, in the sense that mistake free is in the sport of boxing. I'm telling you, being mistake free through the course of a 12-round fight is very, very difficult. And both of those guys fight mistake free. And at 22 years old, when you mistake free, the sky's the limit for this kid.
I think if all of this was said, and we were talking about a 26, 27-year-old fighter, it's still great. You're like, great
for sure.
performance. But then you factor in he's 22 years old.
Yeah.
And he's in a division that's not his division.
Yeah.
He came up and fought Quadras on a week's notice.
Yeah.
And then he fights his first defense against one of the hardest punchers in the division. You can't say anything. You can't say enough about it.
It was the 17th anniversary of Mayweather Gotti yesterday.
What about Porter?
Porter Thurman as well.
Porter Thurman
6
as
years?
well, right?
Yeah.
And that was one of the great
You still
fights.
feel the ass whooping.
That was one of the great fights of the new millennium.
Yeah.
Porter Thurman. But
Gotti and Mayweather.
But Gotti Mayweather has rarely if ever duplicated.
Yeah.
And he had a Gotti Mayweather kind of performance last night. He was doing so good. You know, when great basketball players, they do these great crossovers, sometimes it makes you fall back in your chair and go, oh my God.
Yeah.
He was doing that to me for all 8 rounds.
what's up.
There was some pivots he was hitting. I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
this kid is fucking cold.
And you know I'm the pivot guy. I'm like Ryan Clark, the pivot.
He's like
Right,
one of those guys that you want to show to casuals.
Go on.
Like, you need to watch this.
Yeah.
You need to watch this guy's next.
Yeah, I literally said on Instagram, I posted the highlights and I said, if you don't know, he's gonna be one of the best fighters in boxing. And it's not gonna be very far off.
Man, he
Cole,
looks so
show the end real quick. The very end of the fight.
He looked like he's
Look at this right here.
Also, I was so happy.
There's so many fighters that was stopped because they didn't get the clean shots.
Garcia.
No, that's not what we're looking at.
Yeah, but watch.
What did he do? He punched him?
No, he rolls his ankle a little bit when he comes in. Watch.
I'm not gonna let you highlight that.
I want to see it.
I'm not gonna let you
Left
highlight
ankle,
this.
right ankle.
this
Left ankle,
BS.
right ankle.
He said,
left ankle. Oh, he crossed
He was
himself.
trying to find him. He was trying to find him. One more time. He was trying to find him. Because I got a point to make, man. One more time. Look, he's not letting off. And then right here, it's over.
Yeah.
He knew what he wanted. He closed the show.
Yes.
Their fight. Nobody does that.
Right.
22.
right.
That's what's impressive.
Here's what's been impressive about it. When you're 22 and you know what you want and you know how to get it, and you know how, and you know what to do. There's a disconnect in it, and it's our maturity that doesn't allow us to do the things that we need to do or get them done how they're supposed to get done. Blah 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 blah. The maturity of this young man to know that it's the 12th round and I have an opportunity to do what no one has been able to do.
8th round.
8th round.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, 8th round. And I have an opportunity to do what nobody has been able to do. And then he went for it. Yeah. When I saw him drop down, I had actually been in that position before where I was like, it's over. And I did it. And I was like, yo, we got to show that. We have to show the passion that this kid has for everything that he's willing to do and got him where he wanted to go. The passion ends right there where he drops down. And it's over. I've done it. You know what I mean?
I would have said, take a knee, don't be a hero, but I said that was for chocolate. that was for Chocolatito.
That's a young man who's completely fulfilled in that moment.
Yeah.
That's why, Mayweather in his 50 fights he won, there was only a select few where he had that kind of emotional reaction to it. And it was after his best performances, knocking out Hatton, knocking out Gotti. And Robert coming in like that, Robert's a different trainer when he has that kind of chemistry and bond with his fighters. Because he's such a good trainer, he's had a lot of guys sent his way who are mid-career already. But I think Robert goes to a different level when he has a certain kind of chemistry with the guy, like he did with Maidana, like he did with Mikey, like he did with him. We'll see if that's the case with Joshua. And then lastly, this kid has all the opponents in front of him to become one of the all-time greats pound for pound. Ioka, Junto Nakatani down at 112, but Chocolatito is the passing of the torch fight. He will win that fight, in my opinion, and that will be a passing of the torch moment from one great to the next great.
I know we got guests.
Yeah.
Is he in his prime already?
No, not yet.
Damn, that's scary.
No, not yet.
Great answer.
And we mentioned Robert Garcia. We have another Garcia.
Yeah. Welcome to the Porterweight Podcast, everybody. Multiple world championship in 2 divisions, 36 wins against just 3 losses, making his debut at super welterweight July 30th against 27-2 Jose Benavidez. Welcome to the Porterweight Podcast, everybody. Danny Swift Garcia in his Miami gear. What's going on, DSG? How's the finish up of camp, my man?
Oh shit, we still got 5 weeks, so
Oh yeah, you're right.
we still got a lot of work. We still got a lot of work to put in. So we're almost midway, but everything so far so good. No injuries, feeling good mentally, physically, and we just work day by day.
And let me ask you this, and I'll let the other guys go. Moving up to 154 pounds right now, or do you guys foresee any changes that you're gonna need to make moving up to 154? Whether that's to your style or just to the way you prepare for a fight in general?
Definitely, I feel like both. We definitely got to build more muscle. We want to build more muscle. We want to work our jab more. We want to be faster. So definitely, we want to work the jab more, build more muscle, and just be classic Danny Garcia.
There you go.
And even pivoting off that, how does 154 Danny fare better? Not that you were bad at 147 by any means, but how do you find more success at 54 than 47 in the top fights?
I feel like at this point in my career, I got to be happy when I train. Yeah. When I'm happy and I feel good and I'm walking in the gym, worried about losing weight, I feel like I perform better. I perform better. Like when I spar and I'm working out my walk around weight, I never get tired. I feel great. It's only when I start draining my bodies, when I start feeling a little fatigue and stuff like that. So I feel like at this point in my career, I was the champion at 140. I was the champion at 147. I fought the best at 147. I fought Shawn. We had a classic fight. I fought everybody. So I feel like I don't want to take no steps back. I just want to keep like all the other greats, Cotto, Duran, De La Hoya, Shane Mosley. All those guys went up in weight, and that's what I want to be in that class.
There you go.
And Danny, I said at this point in your career, like Shawn, Terrence Crawford, Earl, you guys Shawn Porter's retired. So at this point, it's all prize.
For now.
Oh, okay.
Look for the call out of Shawn Porter after a victory.
At this point, you got once you get past Jose, it's prize fights, man. So the big dog at 154 is Charlo. How's that go? How you feel like you do against Charlo? I know he's down. That's down the road.
I think, like you said, that is one fight time. I got to get past Benavidez first. In the boxing, I don't like to look past people.
I got you.
I know Benavidez is coming to fight. We coming to fight, so it's going to be a great fight. But I like all those fights for me. I like all those fights. I feel like 147, difficult style. Like you can't train for Shawn. You know what I mean? You can't train for Manny Pacquiao. Those are just weird styles. You know what I mean? Like awkward styles. They perfected over the years. But I feel like 154, you really don't have no guys who are unorthodox. They're kind of just most boxer punchers. Kind of just regular boxers. No extra wrinkles. So I feel real confident going up in that weight. And I know what I can do. So I feel great.
Hey, Danny, in Brooklyn a couple weeks back, it looked like you were kind of amused and having a good time when Ryan Garcia and Errol Spence were having that bet. Just your facial expressions and everything. Were you kind of amused by all that?
No, I was just funny. Ryan Garcia, he's a crazy kid, man. I think he's great for boxing. He's great for boxing, that kid. So and I told him my money's safe. Plus, I just paid my taxes, so I needed that $20K.
I hear you. Last time we saw you, Danny, it was a very good fight with Errol Spence. He never hurt you in that fight, and then he goes on to show he's still that prime Errol Spence in his next fight. So, that reflected well on your performance with him. But after the fight, I remember your dad in the post-fight, and you were looking at him as he was saying it, and he goes, I don't know why Danny didn't let his hands go more. He was able to take the power fine. He wasn't hurt, and I don't know what it is. I have to get him to let his hands go more and all that. What do you think about what your dad said after the Spence fight and all of that going forward into Benavidez?
It was just a lot of emotions. There was a lot of emotions after that fight. It was a big fight. He wanted me to win. I wanted to win. So he was frustrated. But I feel like it was a good fight. It was a good competitive fight. Like I said before, I don't feel like he looked great, and I don't feel like I look great. So it was just one of them fights. It was what it was. You know what I mean? So, the fans liked it, right? And we just on to the next. You know what I mean? So I'm not the only. I'm not going to be the only great champion in the history of boxing who had lost to the top fighter. So, you know what I mean? It's just, everything's a learning experience, and what don't make you can't. You know what I'm saying? It can't break you.
You know,
what don't break? Yeah, you feel me?
Just to take it back for a minute, because you had so much success at 140 pounds. You know, where do you think of yourself? You know, now that you could look back on, I know, you know, you're still fighting, but when you look back at 140, where would you put yourself up there with Pacquiao and Aaron Pryor, and, you know, Josh Taylor became undisputed Terrence Crawford? You know, what do you think? You felt like you cemented yourself as one of the all-time greats at 140?
Yeah, for sure. I came as an underdog. Nobody knew who I was when I fought Khan. Nobody thought I was going to beat Matisse. So a lot of those guys, yeah, they did have a great career at 140, but they didn't have the wins that I had. And they didn't beat the fighters I beat. So I definitely feel like I'm one of the best 140 pound fighters in history. And I feel like I'm one of the best 147 pounders, because being a great is fighting the best. And that's what I did. I never backed down from no challenge. I fought the best in every weight class. And that's just who I am.
And Danny, you had great classic fights at 147. But, you know, I got two of the guys that got in the ring here before. Hey, that was the first time I seen somebody kind of get Shawn a little out of his skin at points. I'm like, oh, Danny kind of turned my guy up at the press conference a little bit. But, you know, in that fight, you guys, it was a hell of a fight. Shawn, no, I'm one of Shawn's best friends. I had you winning. I was like, how the hell? What'd you do? But you know that ringside should look different. But when we're back home, I have my boy Shawn winning. But what do y'all remember about that fight? I'm gonna ask you first, and I'm gonna ask Shawn. Like, in that fight, that was a war, man. Y'all was just turning it up all night. So what do you mean? What do you remember from that fight?
I remember the beginning of the fight. I was surprised because he was moving. He was going away from me, and first I kind of felt like his arms are a little bit longer than I expected, because I was like in the middle of the ring. He was like all the way back there. He threw a jab and he hit me. I was like, okay, he's short, but he has long arms. So I remember that. But I remember he was in great shape. You know, he takes a great punch. He throws a lot of punches. Like I said, he's a hard style to train for. And like I thought it was a close fight. Yeah. You know, I thought I did enough to win the fight. But you know, the judge gave it to him, and it is what it is. You know, you can't spill milk.
The judges did the right thing, Danny Garcia. The judges did the right thing. I'll be real. Let me tell you what I remember about the fight. We had a game plan, and I mean the game plan worked to a T. And then, but the other part of our game plan, we wanted to move early, control the distance, box you from the outside, and then we wanted to turn it on and basically try to bring the fight, take the fight to you at the end, on the other side.
Kind of like Lamar Peterson fight. Kind of like the Lamar Peterson fight.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
I figured it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So, but this is what I remember. Coming back to the corner, and Barry's like, you got to turn it up now. You got to turn it up.
Barry accidentally called him Lamont.
I turned. No, listen. I turned it up, and I hit you with this body shot. And when I hit you with this body shot, I just knew I had you. You went down a little bit, and then you came back up. And when you came back up, I don't remember what round that is. That might have had to been like round 8 or round 9. And I remember thinking to myself, I got him. You come back up, and we kept fighting. And when that round ended, I remember thinking to myself, like, I thought I had him. I know I got him in the next round. So the fight goes the distance. And when the fight ends, I remember thinking to myself, that dude is much tougher than I ever thought he was. I didn't underestimate Danny Garcia, but I found out just how tough Danny was. And they're going to find out how tough Danny is July 30th.
He's got one of the best chins durability of this era, right?
I
don't think I've ever seen DSG go down.
I thought I was going to be the one. Is he still there? We still got him?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm listening.
He's just basking.
I was reflecting the fight in my head.
He's like, I don't remember that part. I remember that part.
Hey, hold on, Danny. Hey, the most famous thing about that fight was that that hook he hit you with. Steve Willis was loving that.
We don't have a video.
Yeah, that double left hook. That double left hook, he ate that good.
Hey,
yeah, that was. He showed he had a great chin. I remember that. Yeah, that was crazy.
Listen, before we let you go, I want to take you down memory lane real quick. I got a little video. He can see the video, right? Perfect. I probably should have asked you that before we did this, but check the video out real quick, and then we're going to talk about it and get you up out of here.
I've only just heard that the WBC would like Showtime Shawn Porter to fight another title eliminator. And they want me to fight none other than a cherry picker himself, Danny Garcia. What I say to you, Danny Garcia, let's get it on. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, my.
Worst impression ever. And it looked like Charlie Wilson from the early in the morning.
Hey, cook his ass, Danny. Cook his ass.
I want to know what you thought when you saw that back in the day.
I was like, man, this dude's crazy. I was like, man, WWE might not be so, but the broadcast and stuff is you for sure.
People all the time, they always want to know like how the fights are made, what makes the fight. And I remember back in the day when I was trying to, for the sake of words, campaign to fight with you. I did that video. I got in the ring and I publicly called you out and all those types of things. I'm not sure if any of that worked, but for you, what I want to know before you get out of here, when you saw that video, did it ever give you a feeling that, well, shit, let's get it on?
I knew the fight was going to happen here. I knew I was going to fight everybody at 147, but did the video make me want to fight you? I mean, I don't know. I just thought it was funny at the I knew since we were both PBC and top welterweight, and I was the top welterweight, that we all finally mixed it up one day.
It made me want to fight Shawn for what it's worth.
Hey, listen, man.
Final prediction for Benavidez, Danny? How's that go?
We want to beat him down. We want to show him that Danny Garcia is still here. He's still a top dog.
And show him that the cream.
That's how Eminem feels. So
you said the price went up. The price went up. Eminem said my name in the song.
That's what I'm saying.
Boom, boom.
Hey, before you leave, we just had N.O.R.E in studio. He said you one of his favorite fighters.
He knew you were gonna be on the show.
N.O.R.E is my guy.
Yeah, he literally just left studio.
Yeah, N.O.R.E is my guy, man. So much love to N.O.R.E. I appreciate that.
DSG, stay healthy through the rest of camp, my man, and good luck to you,
Thank you.
on the 30th, man. We'll be watching.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Good luck, champ. Good
Appreciate
luck.
it, man. Stay blessed.
All right, thanks. Thank you. For sure.
Man, that's something I wanted to say.
To Danny?
No, not to Danny. Just in general.
You were doing like a combination of Hulk Hogan and Macho Man.
Because we got one more guest. So let me say this real quick, and then we'll get to the guest. I'm gonna just tell the quick backstory for that video. I got to the gym, the Porterway High Performance Center,
or something.
Excuse me, the Porter High Performance Center. And I walk into the gym, and my dad's like, "You got to do a video." I said, "What? You got to do a video saying you wanna fight Danny Garcia." There was some post that was done about me fighting Danny, and you got to do the video. I said, "Dad, let's train." He said, "All right, well, do the video. You gonna do the video?" I said, "Yeah, Dad, I'll do a video." He says, "All right." So we trained. We're done training. You ready to do the video? I'm like, "Dad, I don't want to deal with this right now." He said, "What you mean you don't want to deal with this right now? This is your future." My dad was coming at me hard. I said, "Dad, I'm gonna do the video." He said, "All right, if you need to do a video." And my dad leaves the gym. What my dad didn't understand is when he came at me telling me I needed to do a video, I didn't really understand what was going on. But by the end of the gym session, I had meditated on what I felt should be done. So he came back again. He said, "Hey, I got the phone. Let's do the video." I said, "Dad, I got it. Don't worry about it." I did not want to just hold the phone up and call out Danny Garcia. We see it all the time. I didn't want to just do what every fighter does. I said, I got to do something different. So 15, 20 minutes. The Port Away. 15, 20 minute drive home. And that's what came to me. So
Macho Man Randy Savage.
We had Lenroy in camp with us. I said
to Lenroy.
I said, "Lenroy, I'm about to do this video," because he was bugging me all the way home.
Yeah.
Your dad wants you to do the video.
Yeah.
I said, I'm about to go get some gear. We're gonna do this video. I came downstairs with that on. Yeah. He says, "Man, what you about to do?" I said, just when I say hit record. I did that in one take. I'm not a wrestling fan, but that's what I came up with. It was a mediocre version of
an amalgamation of several wrestlers.
But that was what I came up with. And it did go sort of viral, and that was a form of trolling before trolling really even became a thing. You know what I mean?
So and you won the fight.
That's what the Porter way is. You know what I mean? I just didn't want to be the same. All that being said, let's get our next guest in here.
Old school sugar daddy.
We have the organizer of Unity Day, which is taking place in LA next week,
July 4th.
July 4th.
Pomona
Not
Fairplex.
next week. Excuse me. Yeah.
It
We'll be next week by the time the fight. Yeah. Welcome to the Porterway Podcast. CEO of Spectre Company, Ray Adamyk. What's up, Ray?
Hey, how you doing, Shawn?
I'm doing well, man. How are you?
Good. I'm doing well today. Thank you.
Listen, we got on the line and we had a great conversation, and you basically validated everything that I already knew about what I was getting myself into. I've been working for Fox and all these other networks, of course. And so I try to be careful with what I involve myself with. And based on what this Unity Day is, I said, you know what? I'm going to take this chance and I'm going to go ahead and go for this. And so without speaking to you, without speaking to anyone who was really going to give me everything that you gave me the other day over the phone, I had a feeling that this was going to be something good for me. And something good, of course, for LA and the California, the state of California. Tell everybody what Unity Day is that's going on July 4th.
Yeah. So Unity Day started off about 3 or 4 years ago, and I just kind of had this something kind of hit my spirit, and the word came to me was racial reconciliation. Mm-hmm. Those two words, and I thought, what's that all about? And I'm a developer, a businessman. And I started to think about it, and I found out that Harriet Tubman, who has become my absolute hero, there's a small chapel that she belonged to back in the 1850s. A lot of people don't know the last stop of the Underground Railroad was in a place called St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada. Mm. And I happened to grow up there. Huh. And when I grew up there, I didn't know that. So I contacted a lady who belonged to that chapel, and I said to her, hey, what's going on? Tell me about Harriet Tubman and the history here. And she said, yeah, Harriet Tubman belonged here for 10 years to this chapel. That was her community. And I said, what's the issue? What's the problem? What's going on at your chapel? She said, we have 7 members left in our chapel. And people come from all over the world to visit the last stop of the Underground Railroad. Wow. And I said, what's up? She said, our building needs historic restoration. And it just happens to be my company is one of the largest in America that restores historic buildings. So I knew what those 2 words that kind of bubbled up in my spirit were, is you're going to restore that building. So I told her, we're going to come and do that. And she started to cry. And she said, my great-great-great-grandfather was the minister of this chapel when Harriet Tubman was here.
Wow.
And she said, this means so much to me, so much to me. And I started to cry. And I said, this is very, very special. And I said, we're going to come and we're going to raise $3 million to restore that chapel to the legacy of what Harriet Tubman did. And what she did, she is a hero, going from the South to the North and bringing hundreds of freedom seekers. That's a hero.
Yeah.
Forget Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
This is my hero.
Yeah.
So she's absolutely amazing. So that's what Unity Day is all about. We have a fundraiser, and we're trying to raise funds to restore that chapel. And we want to raise $3 million over the next 5 years to restore that chapel so people could go in. Yeah. There's not even an elevator in there. There's a basement, a middle floor, a top floor, and elderly people can't even get in and see that place and sit down where Harriet Tubman was. So That's what we want to do. Unity Day LA is about that. We're starting off in the morning at Lincoln Park, right in Pomona in Los Angeles. It's going to be Unity Walk. We're expecting hundreds, if not thousands, to this Unity Walk. The mayor is involved, a lot of other people, and coming together, black, white, brown, indigenous, Indian, all walking together. Yeah, we've had a lot of protests, and that's okay, but there's a time to protest, and there's a time to unite, and we need to unite together. We need to unite together as brotherhood, as family. We're all one human family. So that's what that's about. And after that, after 10 a.m., we are unveiling an amazing bronze statue of Harriet Tubman right at Lincoln Park in Pomona, right near the Fairplex. We're going to have our big event. Beautiful. And that's what's going on. So we're expecting a lot of people for that. And that beautiful statue of Harriet Tubman was sculpted by Manuelita Brown, famous African-American sculptor from San Diego. So it's going to be an amazing event. And in the evening, of course, we have our matches, our music. Got Jacquees, Ray J, Lakeside, Chico DeBarge, Gap Band, Molly Music, and many more. Paul Rodriguez and Tommy Davidson are hosting. Yeah, there we go. And we got Kaboom Fireworks, Chop Chop Corley, Devin Alexander, Shawn Garcia, Ryan Garcia's brother, Israel Marcado, Concrete Valentino, Comedy Boxing, Darius Love, and yes, even the producer is jumping into the ring.
Oh, man.
I know.
Ray, you got hands?
Huh?
Can you fight?
I got hands.
Okay.
I fought back way back in the day. I even fought Lennox Lewis in an amateur match. So
Wow.
I know how to throw a punch or two. So when we grew up in Canada, we fought together. And I went to Golden Gloves, but that's a long time ago. So we're going to have some fun. And we also got, so that fight. And then, of course, we got Master Shawn Porter commentating, Kalisha West, Victor Ortiz, lots of family in attendance. The Mosley family is going to be there. And we're having a Lifetime Achievement Award. They're very special for the Mosley family. Mm-hmm. A Lifetime Achievement Award for Jack Mosley for all that he's done for boxing. So that's going to be happening all on July 4th in the evening. And this is all to bring about unity. Bring us together. God hates racism. He hates it. I hate it. Yeah. And I want to just bring us together. We love each other, care for each other, and peace and heal.
Hey, Ray, couple of things real quick before we let you go. What is the name of the foundation and how can people reach out to donate?
Yeah, they can donate if they go to GoFundMe.com and just look up Salem Chapel. Or if they go, actually the better way is let's go to UnityDayLA.com, UnityDayLA.com, and just looking for the donate button. There's a donate button in there if they want to donate to this chapel and to help restore it.
Perfect. And then if people want to attend, if people want to even walk in the parade, are they welcome to walk in the parade?
Yes. The Unity Walk is free. It's open to everybody at 10 a.m. The event in the evening, we got tickets as low as $19 to get in. Special ticket for that to get in the show. And then we've also offered military, whether it's military veterans or active duty, they get in for free.
Okay. I'll tell you what, Ray. We had a conversation over the phone. I got off and I was like, I was patting myself on the back because I was willing to take this chance and do something not really knowing exactly what I was getting myself into, but it just seemed to be a good thing. And then we spoke on the phone and I said, Ray, can you come on my podcast and say everything on my podcast as you just said to me? And you just did it again, Ray. Thank you for your time. I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks, and we're gonna have some fun.
One quick question for Ray. Did you make it the full 3 rounds in that fight with Lennox Lewis back in your day?
Okay, I still got what they have in the old days called the newspaper article.
Yes.
Okay. I'll tell you, it says I decked him in the 3rd round.
Oh.
But I lost on points. Okay, that's still good. I was middleweight. He was light heavyweight. That's back in the day when they threw you in with anybody. They just said, you can handle that.
Ray,
I'll give it a try.
Let me tell you what happened.
Says a lot about you, Ray.
No, it doesn't. Ray,
3 rounds with Lennox Lewis.
No, Ray. It says nothing about you. What you need to know, Ray, is that was a moment that Lennox Lewis was taking off, and you were fending for your life and got one in, man. Congratulations on that. Great to hear from you. We'll see you next week.
Anyway, take care.
Thank you,
man.
Man, he must be related to Thomas Adamyk. He has some hands.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know. I do know Thomas.
You're racist. You're racist. Knock yourself out.
Yeah, you're a jackass if you're racist.
No.
And hopefully becoming extinct too.
Unity Day.
Yeah, I ain't got no problem with that.
Unity Day is gonna be great. I encourage everyone to show up. Shawn will be doing the color commentary with myself. That is going to air on fighttv.com.
Coach Larry Wade.
Coach Wade will be there as well. Victor Ortiz will be there doing some commentary. It's going to be great. You guys should come out. You should support.
There. Yeah.
Go to Unity Day, LA.com.
I'll be there.
I don't know. Put in the, you always want some comments. Put in the comments if you care whether or not Ant is going to be
And
Unity
will
Day.
be doing the commentary for anyone around him.
Carson, you coming?
No.
No,
But
but
I support the
some,
unity and hate racism, though.
I need some quarterback tips heading into next week, though.
Oh, boy.
Unity Day,
luck.
LA.com if you want to go on and donate, which I encourage everyone to. All that being said, this is just the way I'm going to go now. Unity, it's really not that hard. I did a public I did a speaking engagement a few weeks ago or a few months ago now, and they asked, is hate something that's taught or something that's inherited? And I said, it's something that is learned. They asked, is hate something that's learned or is it inherited? I said, hate is something that's learned. You look at 2-year-olds and you put a whole bunch of different ethnicities together, they're going to play together like it's nothing. All the while we're looking and we're sizing up and where are you from and who'd you grow up with and all these different things. The in terms of unifying, in terms of letting go of racism, you have to be ignorant to the fact that we're different and just accept that. We are all different and there's nothing that we can do about that. With that being said,
I think even the opposite. I think embrace the differences.
And
Culture,
all that being said,
just everything, yeah.
perfect word.
Yeah.
Embrace it. Embrace the fact that we have to unify. Embrace the fact that we're going to be here together as long as we're here.
Yep.
Get over it
Yeah.
and move along and get along. All that being said, I hope to see you guys Unity Day next week.
Yeah.
And,
Be out there. I'll be out there.
I keep getting I'm still tripping on this.
Hey, and also just like all the time, 3 out of 4 of us will be in Big Bear this week. If you're in Big Bear,
And I
hey,
look
come say what's up.
like a big fat
Hey, you
bear,
guys
so.
more than welcome to come by for a barbecue.
If you in Big Bear,
If you're in Big Bear, really hit me up. I'll let y'all come
grab a
by.
rib and throw it at him. See y'all later.